This Transmissions Trips to the Store video has been brought to you with the help of listeners like you.
Without Patreon support, Transmissions wouldn't be the show it is today. You can sign up for our Patreon at www.transmissionspodcast.com/support.
Welcome to the Transmissions Trips to the Store, where we show off all the cool Transformers stuff we got this week. This video is part of our weekly Transmissions podcast. You can check that out at our website, www.transmissionspodcast.com. We do 2 shows a week. Every week, Transmissions, that's the toy show. It's all about Transformers toys. Trips to the Store is a part of that. So if you're watching this video, I'm guessing you're a listener. And we do our weekly comic book and media show all about Transformers comics and media. That's Transmissions Alt Mode. Transmissions is Wednesday. Transmissions Alt Mode is Friday. So look forward to that every week. And this show could not be possible without the support of all of our lovely Patreon and PayPal supporters. Thank you to all our listeners who take the time and the small chunk of change out of their wallet to donate to the show. That helps us keep the lights on here, and we really appreciate what you're doing. Of course, to show our appreciation, we are giving you a new free show every free with Patreon. Free. But yeah, so Transmissions Declassified has going up every month. This month we have all about Transformers conventions and the future of Transformers conventions. So that's available to our Patreon supporters. Check that out. It's on you can access it through our Patreon site. So let's get into what we got this week. Yoshi, you've been away for a while, so you've got to have a massive haul, right?
Fuck no, but I've got a mail call haul.
All right, well, show us what you got. Show us what you got.
I'm just waiting for Jeremy to throw it on the fucking screen.
You're there. You're already there. We can see you. Can't see us.
Right. That's not what Jeremy's supposed to show, though, is it?
Oh, yes. Crap.
Fuck. Dude, one complex fucking job, man. Mr. Matt Moylan did a sketch cover for me of Rick and Morty, and it's Transformers related, so don't give me shit, because that's Cosmos in the background.
What is the word bubble that he's saying?
Damn Cybertronians, I believe. Damn Cybertronian drivers.
Jeremy, can you put that comic over his face?
Please.
Perfect.
So much better.
How about that?
This, I think, actually came about because of Darryl, because I think Darryl and Mr. Moylan were having a Twitter conversation, and Matt said he would have loved to have done a Rick and Morty cover. Guess who owns a couple of blanks? This fucker. So, he was coming to TFCon. I sent him a thing. I said, hey, here it is. Meet you at TFCon. He decided not to come, or he lost his passport. One of the two things happened. And he mailed it back to me. I just got it. It's gorgeous.
So you could only say he mailed it in.
He mailed it in. One thing I will say, and I don't know if it's worth saying, but that photo does not do this thing justice. These things always look better in person. And he really put a lot of effort into this. It's gorgeous. We're all fans of Rick and Morty, and I think we're all fans of Transformers. So this was a cool cover to get. Next.
Nice.
That's how the image came. Hold on. I want to.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Give Darryl more work.
There we go.
Oh, I'm not touching this.
This is gold. This sketch cover was done by one Josh Burcham. This is depicting a Tesla Roadster as an Autobot. And Josh told me, I don't know if Jeremy can zoom in or cares to, but Josh said that the face was sculpted after my own, which is kind of neat. So I'm a Transformer.
You're asking
doll.
a lot.
I already gave up.
So his face looks like a butt?
Give us a link. You tweeted this out, didn't you? Give us a link to the.
It's in our Google Drive for this episode.
Yeah.
Nice.
So now I have a Roadster, a Model X, and a Model S. My Tesla army is growing. Last I checked, you guys didn't have armies.
No.
Okay.
But I guess that's as close as you're going to get to a real Tesla.
So Josh actually brought this to TFCon, and that's where I got it. And it's I don't think I've shown it off yet, so here we go. He did a great job. Again, I don't know why, it just looks so much better in person. Like my face looks better in person.
Nah.
Jason Kirk can attest to that. So yeah,
Anything else?
No, that's it. I don't want to hurt Jeremy anymore.
All right, well let's move on to Jeremy. If he can get himself into the big window, you can show off your stuff.
I can. I did. So I also have stuff that came in the mail. My stuff came from the wonderful Amy Lady Rec, and she sent me some goodies from TF Nation that we had prearranged for her to pick up. The first is Volume 1 of the Transformers Definitive G1 Collection. And this has Transformers US number 1 through 4 and Transformers UK number 9 through 21. And it also has a lot of comments from Budiansky, and it has pictures of some of the kind of behind the scenes. Let me pull up one here. I mean, some of the stuff he's shown at conventions, but there's like that yellow part there is a scan of his original character notes for Optimus Prime. So it's got a lot of background information. It's really neat. I know it's not nearly as many as you have, Charles, but I have one.
I would have to vote for Jeremy for winning this week. That is awesome.
Well, I also have from TF Nation their comic that basically wraps up Transformers Animated, based on the original plans for the series. They had let's see who was the people on this. Can't remember where Chris McFeely and Jim Sorensen did the script based on the concepts for the show by Marty Eisenberg, Derek Wyatt, and Matt Youngberg, and the art was all done by fans, people involved in TF Nation, and it looks fantastic. I mean, look at some of this. And I was telling Darryl before the show that I was expecting just a regular comic-sized book, but this thing is thick. So it was well worth the cost, and can't wait to dig in and finish it up. So I also have copies for Darryl and for Dogcades, and those will be there in Canada eventually to find a moose to strap it to. But
All right,
that's all I got.
All right, well, I'll take the reins next. So I also got the TF Nation book. Thank you to Amy, aka Lady Rec. This was awesome. She did a great job facilitating this for a lot of people in the States who needed to get a copy. So thank you. I know we had some listeners on the show who were also helped out by Patreon Dominic, who also were getting this, and I think Chad is distributing those to the U.S. folks too. So you guys will be getting these soon. So hope you enjoy them. We've also got a few thanks to our Patreon supporter Chris Gedrum, a few of these to give away. So we've as soon as we figure out the contest we do to get this out, we'll be running that. So a few more people will get a chance to get one of these. So thank you, Chris. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Dominic. I also, in my local Target, found this guy, Sea Spray. He's a cool little figure, and
Nice.
I like him. He's brings me back. Sea Spray was one of the guys I had as a kid. G1 mini bots I had, and he's a cool guy.
His gun
Yoshi
looks like
showing
a
off.
pizza box.
It's a laser gun thingy.
Friggin'
It's not
laser.
a pizza. He's not a pizza delivery bot. I promise. I like him. Yoshi, stop showing off yours. We know you got one already.
Fucking struck a nerve. Jesus.
I didn't think he was coming to my hometown. I was just really happy to get him. So here he is. That's all I got. All right, Darryl, bring us home with lots and lots of toys.
Well, I picked up Optimus Prime number 12. Am I the only one who got a comic book this week?
I gotta have something for next week, Darryl.
Okay.
My comics are way across the room.
This is the Andrew Griffith cover, the Thundercracker and Buster in space. It's cool. I liked that cover. It was pretty awesome. I did get some toys. I did want to show off this one first because the other part of this one took the limelight, or I guess more of the spotlight the last time I showed it off. This is Full Tilt, and he's the car component of Trypticon, and this is awesome. This is a fully articulated deluxe class figure, and he's pretty awesome. I've enjoyed messing around with him, and yeah, he's awesome. I really like it. Yeah, pretty great
Nice.
figure. Pretty great figure there. I do want to say thank you to I believe it was Joe Teenby who sent me the last and final missile I needed for my G1 Scorch. And so I now have a 100% complete G1 Scorch as a European G1 figure, never released here in North America. And along with the missile he sent me for Scorch, he also sent me a missile for a European G1 Skyquake. I do not have G1 Skyquake. So as he
figure
put,
you're getting on your list.
yes, as he put in his note to me here, you now have a 1% complete Skyquake. Well done, Joe. Thank you.
Are you gonna make a room on your shelf for Skyquake and just have the missiles sitting there?
No, that's gonna go in a Ziploc bag with the name Skyquake on it and just kind of wait.
Okay.
I believe there are like a dozen of these missiles for Skyquake as well. It's gonna be a long haul for that one. I did want to mention I picked up G1 Battle Trap. I found him. I've had a hard time finding him because I can find the helicopter component everywhere, but I can't find the truck component. So I picked him up when I found him when I found him in both components, but I couldn't find the gun. So he is gunless right now, but I will find it and I will get a gun for him. This is I'm still continuing my my Piranacons, and I found Tentakill. So he's pretty cool. I have one gun for him. He has two, so I have one of the two guns. I don't know how you tell which one of the guns this is. It's but it is. I have one of the two. They both look exactly the same, but one's for the right hand, one's for the left hand. But that was pretty cool to get. And then I do have one of the mainstays of a G1 collection, which I haven't had. I've never actually owned one of these. I've always had the other version of the mold, and this is G1 Ironhide. one of the worst looking figures ever. But yeah, Ironhide here, and I have the Ratchet version, but I do have an add-on for him by a company called Gears for Toys, which gives him a proper head and arms for the figure. And man, I would like to find that for the Ironhide now, because this is a joke. With this, such a terrible figure. But yeah, other than that, it was a pretty quiet week around here. Yeah, that's all I got.
For Darryl, a quiet week is 5 toys.
Yeah.
Freeze frame on Darryl. All right. Well, that's big window.
I'm trying.
Okay. Well, that'll do it for this week's Trips to the Store. Thanks everyone for watching, and again, we want to thank all our Patreon supporters for helping us out with continuing to contribute to the show. Check out Transmissions Declassified Episode 3. That's available for all our Patreon supporters now. And everyone listening to the show, we also love you guys and hope you can continue to listen and maybe consider giving us some reviews on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, all those places. Subscribing to the show, and particularly subscribing in iTunes, will help build our popularity and get us noticed on the service more. So that's always helpful. And we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Later.